Hey guys, it's Scott here, and in this latest gameplay video I'll be taking a small look at Awesome Pea for the Nintendo Switch. So Awesome Pea is a 2D platformer that takes inspiration from a variety of different Game Boy games, as you can see by the aesthetic and colour and art design of this game. And in my mind it looks very similar to Super Mario Land on the Game Boy, which is why I was drawn to this game and wanted to explore what it had to offer. So in simple terms, this is a 2D platformer and will offer the same experiences as any other 2D platformer. Also, one might think, Awesome Pea is actually a very difficult and insanely challenging 2D platformer. Even just by here on this first level, I am struggling to get past a simple jump of a spike. At first I didn't realise there was actually a spike there due to how the level design has been done. I thought that spike was actually part of the background drop, and the same again in the second set of spikes. I thought it was taking place as a background environment, as some of the spikes do tend to sort of appear in the background rather than in the foreground, so at first it can become quite challenging in terms of what you're supposed to do. And in terms of Awesome Pea, it is a 2D platformer, but it has some sort of exploration kind of elements to it. As you saw there, I had to jump around and into a pipe to travel down to then which I would access this area here. But once I've got past that, it's pretty much straightforward in terms of jumping up and down. But if you look closely, it's been designed with traps and things in mind. So if you walk into a spike, you will die and you'll have to start the entire level again. That's how this game plays. It is unforgiving platforming action. I guess Sonic the Hedgehog and things like that, they also follow the similar rules of where you could die and then start from the beginning of the level, but they had checkpoints. Super Mario Land, for instance, had invisible checkpoints. Super Mario Bros. On the NES had invisible checkpoints as well, whereas if you died you would start halfway through the level. Awesome Pea has, from what I can tell, no checkpoints whatsoever. Basically you start the level and you've got to finish that level within a single life. If you die, then you are transported back to the start. The bonus, though, is that, or the positive at least, is that there is unlimited continue, so you can just try and try again. So in this little portion of the video, you'll see me try and try and try again. That looks like I've used the same footage over and over again when I haven't, to pass certain levels. So this level, for instance, is where I spent the most amount of time on during my experience with Awesome Pea. And basically the idea is you have to get from this side of the screen, on the left hand side of the screen should I say, to the doorway at the top there, and that is done by travelling from the left hand side bottom down towards the bottom all the way to the right. Then once you've got to the right, you then have to go up to the top and then back to the left hand side of the screen again. It's very difficult, very challenging. Anybody that likes playing platforming games will love this, especially if they're looking for a challenge. But there is a lot more to it than just simply starting and then finishing. There's a lot of thinking involved, strategy, well maybe not strategy, but planning ahead on where you're wanting to jump. It's not really one that you've got to play in fast movement, although there is a counter at the top. You've just literally got to figure out where you want to go next, plan to get there, and then hopefully make the jump, or hopefully you don't hit anything in the way. When I was playing this, I kept encountering lots of issues by hitting spikes that I didn't realise it was there, or falling to the floor and not realising it was not a floor there. For instance, that jump just there, I could have jumped up and to the right and it would have been a platform that I could have stood on, but it's not immediately clear. So Awesome Pea has quite a varying difficulty. You will find yourself, or even if you're good at platforming games, you will find yourself replaying the same levels over and over again. Fortunately the levels aren't that long, but it still does bring a bit of frustration to it. So that's pretty much Awesome Pea in a nutshell. It is just a very challenging, very frustrating, but aesthetically pleasing from a Game Boy's perspective of a 2D platformer. But if you like that kind of thing, then it's well worth giving it a shot. If not, then obviously stay away. But a demo for this game is available to download on the Nintendo eShop. But with that being said, I'll let you enjoy the rest of this gameplay session as I try to pass this level. So as you can see, Awesome Pea is not exactly the easiest game in the world to play, but it is satisfyingly rewarding when you do manage to complete the level. But in my experience, it proved too difficult to overcome obstacles, and the main disappointing is the fact that there is no checkpoints. It is kind of a unique feature that, you know, there isn't checkpoints, you have to replay the entire level again, but it would have been nice where checkpoints were involved, where I'd be able to carry on from, you know, halfway through or a quarter of the way through, as even touching a simple spike that you may have thought you wouldn't have hit would have resulted in restarting the entire level again. So that's pretty much what you can expect from Awesome Pea, which is available now to download from the Nintendo eShop for the Nintendo Switch.